So yeah, like, and that's on my girlfriend's birthday. Like, we're trying to maintain a relationship, and then that's happened as well on top of everything else. So I went to hospital. You know, I'm still here. I didn't die, but yeah. So now I'm back at this flat, and I ain't wanting to get high. You know what I'm saying? She wants to get high. I ain't really about that. So now I can't really. Now I'm angry. Now I'm just doing what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not compromising. We had bad arguments. You know, I get upset to this day about it. I get depressed about it. I can't forgive myself. You know what I'm saying? I understand she moved on. She's happy, but I see the struggle from the start. My mum going through it. So for me to treat her like that is mad. How I could after learning everything I learned. So yeah, we had some bad arguments. I'm not gonna front. And then she met someone else, 10 years older. So she's like, it's a mad revenge thing. So yeah, she got someone 10 years older than me. I had nothing now. You know, there's nothing left. I'm in this horrible flat. And I'm on my knees, you know, God, why, and upset, and you know, all I had left was my brain and the internet. So I'd done a lot of research. I learned a lot, a hell of a lot. I learned so much. I changed. I just changed. So, but I'm thinking about suicide. It's like it's like my mum did it. I feel with myself I'd never do it. I wouldn't do that to my dad. I wouldn't do that to my friends. I wouldn't do that to myself. Like, death, we're all gonna die, so no point of like rushing it, you know what I'm saying? There's no point killing yourself. I'd rather take the world head on than do that. But the thing is, it wasn't really other people, it was now myself. Yeah, I got robbed and set up and nearly killed, but it was me treating my ex the wrong way, like putting her down. You know, that's what got to me. You know what I'm saying? If that's the worst thing I've ever done in my life was oh yeah, I kind of missed that. Before she left me, she got pregnant and I took her to the abortion clinic. That's the worst thing I've ever done. Worst thing I ever done in my life was take her to the abortion clinic. And it wasn't the same as Natalie got pregnant as well, but she went on her own. So, you know, she's got twins, she's been through it. Natalie loved me more, she cared about me more, that's probably why she did it. But they're two different people. So to actually have to go through, like my dad took us, bless him, to actually have to go through it, like, there's some ignorant dude in there anyway going, how long is this gonna take, you know? Mrs. like, what? But yeah, no, when I was sitting in there with her and then, you know, she goes in and I'm waiting outside, she come out and I see her upset, and that's like the worst moment of my life, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, my mother obviously, but when I was young, that was pretty much forced on me and it was quick, I guess. But with my ex, like, that was the worst thing, seeing her come out like that. So I guess the worst thing I ever did in my life was take her to the abortion clinic. But, you know, when you haven't got anything and you're in a really horrible basement flat with the roof coming through and everyone's taking everything worth anything, I'm not going to bring a child into that environment. As much as she wanted to have a child, I thought about the child and think about her. It's not about the child. As you know, with the child, I thought about the child, and you know, as well as maintaining a healthy relationship. But no, I just remember the whole process, like her in the back of the car. I really want to just like, you know, just go and whatever.
Got bubbles again.
Love along. just like going along with. She just go along with what I wanted to do, you know, and. That's rare, you know, you should never take that for granted, and if you do, you're going to learn the hard way, like me. But, yeah, so after the abortion, that's when everything's like, you know, our relationship, she met someone else. I'm kind of glad that she did, because we was only arguing all the time anyway. I've got to look at it like it's about her, because as soon as I think about me, it's like me being selfish. So as much as, you know, I like attention and have somebody there, it it was harsh because everything I'd gone through, it was just I was angry at myself and my so-called friends and everything that I got to, but I can understand exactly why she did what she did. So there's no hate for her, do you know what I mean? There's no hate there, just regret. And I do wish her the best. Like, luckily, after about a year, we was friends. I always say, I love you. So a year later, she finished with this person, and I don't know, I never thought I was gonna see her again. I didn't think I was gonna see her again. So when she was back around, it was all a bit weird, and I couldn't really handle the fact that she left me for someone else. And the amount of times she'd have her phone off at the weekend, and I'd be upset in a bad way, and she'd just ignore me. Like one time, Lounge of the Farm, it's like some, I don't know if you heard of it. It's, you know, they have like bands and tents and whatever, you know, at the farm. It's like a little festival kind of thing. She wanted to go, and we bought these wristbands of somebody, but they weren't actually legit. Like, they'd already come off somebody, and I didn't know, I thought they were legit. But we got separated in there, and I think her sister and friends were there, and the security dude said like, that ain't legit, and they chucked me out. So I rang her, told her to come out, I'm outside, and she turned her phone off. Even though I just paid for her to get in, I didn't really want to go anywhere. And she turned her phone off, and then like, when it had finished, she turned it back on and told me to pick her up, and obviously I go and pick her up, and that's how I was, you know. I'd always blame myself for trusting people and the abortion, and I would let her treat me like that because of how I treated her. So she would always do this. She'd always use me for whatever she could and then go elsewhere. And probably because she wasn't getting the attention she wanted to. I was very closed, and I had this big front, and I was angry, always angry. And she probably wasn't getting the love she wanted. Even though I did try, I'd always try. And
you know this, so at this point you've been stabbed, what is it, 3 times? 3 times, was there a 4th?
4th, including the one in the lung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that time that happened with the axe?
Oh, the axe, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. So, it's hard, I'm trying to get this point off, but it's a little bit. So, she's, you know, I'm at the worst place in my life ever. I'm not wanting to be here no more. I've lost everything, including her. I've made all the mistakes, and I learned I learned so much, but I just got mad upset, and I'm thinking about suicide. I'm thinking life's over. I was 23 years old. I still remember how old I was. There's something come through. I swear to God, I can't blame it on drugs, because I wasn't on drugs. Something come through. I can't really explain it. Like, I can't really describe it. You could call it a light. You could call it like some invisible kiss of relief. You could call it God. You could call it whatever you want to call it. But it was like I was touched by something. I don't care what people think. I believe like God come through and touch me. Yeah, that's what I do. I don't care what people think. They can believe what they want. You know what I'm saying? But I was ready for death. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be here no more. And like something come and touch me, and like all the knowledge that I was taking in it basically just confirmed like what's going on is real. So the next day, I'm sure it was the next day, Daniel was like the only person who didn't run the night I got stabbed. He also lived at the basement flat, even though he left after the rent money, he left me with the rent debt. Like, I still forgive him. But there was a crib, a house just across from me. Now her brother was one of the crackers kicking in my door trying to whip me. I don't know, she wasn't involved. I went round anyway. My friend Danny was there, she was there, I just met her, and she's putting herself down. She getting treated wrong by her boyfriend, and I just said it how it was. Like, you don't need to put yourself down. I just had all this life. I don't know. There's just all this positivity, like all these lessons. I was just like, telling her you don't need to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? But how I worded it, I don't know. I like relieved her. You know how I got relieved the night before? I've relieved her. She's literally, she's in tears, like she's relieved. Like, you know what I mean? And I was like, whoa, hang on a minute. So I thought, nah, it's a coincidence, you know what I'm saying? But, and then my dad's missus' son come round to the home. Like, I never see him. I hardly ever see him anyway. He took dad's missus' wallet. He took her purse, sorry. Robbed his mum. And again, he's worried about how I feel about it. And he's come round and, and again, and I'm just shedding him light, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to feel that way. I'm just giving him love, really, just like heart. So I'm just, and only because of what I went through, you know what I'm saying? Only because of that feeling that I got, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got given hope, I got, like, what can I say? Like, it's like forgiveness, it's like, alright, you understand where you've gone wrong, you can't do that again, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I'm telling him, like, you don't need to, again, you can ask it, like, he's broke down in tears, I've relieved him. She's just broke down in tears, I've relieved her, and then he's come round and done the same thing. I was like, whoa. And then I said to Dan, yeah, it's because that happened to me the other night. And he's like, yeah, whatever, it's because they're on drugs. No one really wants to hear it. Unless they've been through it, they're not going to understand it. So I understand that. So I was having nightmares there. I couldn't get comfortable. That basement flat, no way. You know what I'm saying? Tom and Hev, good friends of mine, love them to death, love them to bits, love them to life. You know what I'm saying? They said I could stay at theirs. So I lived there for a year. They got a new house as well for her mum. Really nice house, I had a nice room. My ex didn't even come back round, and I took her to see one of the best lyricists living. Low Key, I took her to see Low Key. Things was going well, but it wasn't the same, we tried, and it wasn't the same. So, as much as I always thought we'd be alright and figure it out, she went off and just lived with someone, that kind of just changed it, just like going back and forth, not really making things happen, but no one wanted to see us happy though, do you know what I'm saying? It was always jealousy, people always want to get involved, and so-called friends always just making it difficult. No one wanted to see us with it. They didn't. People don't want to see succeed. People don't like change. They like, they like to go further. They like to, they only feel good about themselves if they feel they've gone further than you in life. Some people, you know what I mean? If they feel you're doing better than them, they're gonna hate on you. Even your own peers, like I say, being set up and. They don't want to see with it. When you're out, people don't want to see with it. It's all about power patrol and all that. But no. So, Tom and Hevs, I left there. They had enough of me, I guess. I went to my dad's, so I weren't there for long. I had to go counsel, I'm homeless. And then they put me in a shared house. And I was there for 5 years. And everyone was still around, like, to start with. And again, we could never fix what we'd already damaged. So she met someone else, and then Canada, she got a child with him. I'm happy for her. Good luck to them, and that's that. I've been with someone since then. Here's another crazy story. A girl called Manachi. She got a kid with someone. The father of the child has met someone else. They're having a kid with each other. So she felt to have a child with me to get back at her ex, probably as well as have a child. But we weren't with each other long, and she was literally like really eager to, I guess, what felt like get her ex back. It was like a competition thing. She'd say, oh, I'm gonna have a kid with my boss, he's got money. She met some gay, and she'd just be making up loads of stories. So I had to leave that. So yeah, someone tried to use me for a child. That ain't a nice feeling. Do you know what I mean? That really happened. Like, that was a scary situation. So I could have looked at it like, oh, I can get my ex back. She's in Canada, she got a kid, I can get my ex back. But no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna use. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't use a child that I certainly wouldn't be doing that to get back at my ex either, like her. So yeah, that didn't last long. Some dude tried driving off with my money. That was kind of funny. I chased him down. My clutch was nearly gone. I managed to chase him down. I got my money back off him. So I don't like losing stuff after all this crap madness. So but yeah, that was funny. Oh no, some dude just walked past the car wash one time. I think it was with his brother, and he's just shouting those. Oh, there's that dude. I'm like, who are they? I don't even know who they are. And they're like friends with the person that stabbed me 3 times, or at least they're friends with the rapper who was associated with him. And they heard about the song, the rap beef. You know, I done a song, we done a song. So I didn't even know them, and they felt to get involved. Anyway, they just going past cars, giving mouth, whatever, who are they? Then I see him at the nightclub, like one of them, and I was drunk. I was with a couple of musicians, like we just come from an open mic thing, and I don't even quite remember leaving the place, but they both attacked me. My face hit the ground, like scarred me there. You might still be able to see it faintly, hopefully not. I was more worried about me getting robbed. So luckily enough, I got away, and they got me there as well. So my mouth, some scar. And so yeah, I saw him one time. Chased him with a weapon. He's running. His friend, he's on the phone. His friend turns up with all these weapons, and he's coming at me with an axe. And I've got in my car to drive away. He's hit the car. I've got out. Him and his pal going for me, and he's got me with an axe. And I went mad. I tried to get him. Didn't get him. He threw the axe, missed me, and then him and his pal, they went near my car, smashed it up. And the community police officer coming up, and then they ran off. I got in the car to drive. The woman was at the side going, just stay where you are, don't worry. I'm like, I just want to be left alone. I'll just drive off down the 9th Street, mad. Police drove past, saw the back window smashed, tried to catch up with me. I lost them. Like, going around this car, I can hear them. I got to my dad's like, I'll be here, they have an axe. He's like, where's the laptop? The laptop's in the back.
You've got bubbles again.
You love the bubbles. The laptop's in the back. And yeah, no, he got the laptop back anyway. Police come out and answer the door. I went hospital, I had to glue stitches. They didn't even stitch it right, so I got a big scar there.
Was that from the axe?
Yeah.
So why did they even axe you?
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
Why did he do it? I was chasing him with the weapon. He was scared, done out of fear. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, can't lie. Truth, so yeah. So yeah, I was just wanting revenge. Obviously they got me, I wanted to get them, and he got scared, he got me. I seen him a couple of times, and he looking all smug about it, and it's just like whatever. He had his fingerprints on the axe, and they let him go. Probably because like I lost them in a car chase. It wasn't really a car chase, it was like, you know, they saw me turn around, I lost them, you know, it wasn't really a car chase, kind of, but again, like, things happen outside of the TV, it's different, you know, you do see things, but when you're in it, it's completely different, you know, there's motives and there's reasons, so two sides to every story. So, yeah, they let him go. Even though he had his prints on the axe, and even though the dude who stabbed me, picture got picked out or something, they let him go as well. I don't know, these people are snitches or whatever. I don't even know. Like, police don't like me or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not really sure there, but yeah. So.
Do you kind of resent the police now?
Everyone's different. That's kind of like saying, do you hate every black person? Do you hate every white person? You know, everyone's different. It's everyone's different. You know, there's good police and there's bad police. You know, but I don't trust them. I don't trust them. Like, they spoke to me about something that happened, and they treated me funny. Like, made out someone to come to my cell when I asked them for a solicitor. I didn't come to my cell. I thought that was a bit weird. Took their time getting my inhaler when I was in the cell. Yeah, just taking your phone, not giving you it back, going through all your things. I guess because I did, obviously look small in every room. He didn't like me. And I was angry, I was thinking, these people are just letting people off with axes, hitting me there with axes. Like, who cares if someone gets a few punches for stealing from me? You know what I'm saying? Who cares about that? But so yeah, right. So yeah, that's the axe situation. That's the axe. Life's a bit surreal to me. You know what I'm saying? Through losing everything that I've lost, and then still having a few grand here and there. I got a song with Cannabis. He went gold, and Eminem's got a lot of battle raps in his mainstream albums directed at him. Because they respect him as an artist, but they couldn't get it on. So ended up being like a battling thing. There's a thing on YouTube, like Eminem versus Cannabis, and you just Stan is actually Cannabis. So he's on about Cannabis metaphorically, but M's very clever, so he used something, yeah, you can check all that on YouTube. So I got a song about original song.
Got something going on behind that, by the way.
Yeah, that's what happens when the bubbles go. When the bubbles go, I have to do that. I have to wait for the bubbles to come on. I have to leave that to my computer too. But yeah, I got a song with unreleased. I got the rights to. I can do what I want with it. And also I got a song with Yuckmouth who's on. I got 5 on it, and that went platinum all around the world. So these are like big achievements to me. So yeah, I'd say that's probably like the best thing I've ever done. Achieved. I say it's the best thing that I've achieved. Obviously getting my own home, that's more important. But career-wise, yeah, I think I'd say that. Building that album with that, I've got a few other artists, a couple of artists on there as well. So yeah, I'm just trying to find myself in the world as a musician, as an artist. Like, I don't want to do drugs, I don't want to sell drugs, I don't want to be set up for murder, I don't want to be betrayed by my own friends over jealousy. I just want to make it in the music industry. And I'm doing everything I can to do that. But because of all the hardship, depression, and all that stuff, I've become froze. Like, I can't move. Like, I don't. It's hard to go forward sometimes when you've got a lot on your shoulders, and you feel like giving up. You know what I mean? But I'm a survivor. I'm a fighter. I will do my best to maintain and to progress with my process. Because there are a lot of good people out there, such as yourself. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, just when you get good people come, it gives you a bit of, you get little bits of hope from good people. Everyone's got it in them to do wrong, but you just can't. Just don't put too much on the line. Don't leave nearly 20 grand's worth of all your stuff in with your friend when he could leave his home. If he could leave his home, there's a possibility. Don't trust him. Don't matter how long I know him for 8 years. He come to hospital when I was stabbed in the lung. My dad went round it, my girlfriend round it. He knew me. He knew all my struggles, do you know what I'm saying?